let's have a little conversation while I sip my protein. I want to start doing this more often, maybe like once a month or every 2 weeks. Have just a little sit down conversation for however long, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever it may be. Just do a little check in every now and then, because I feel like all my videos have just been, deeper topics, and not so much just relaxed, chill, let's have a talk, a little check in from time to time to get to know each other, I guess. First thing I want to talk about is it's crazy that I've come this far on YouTube. It's not very far at all on the grand scheme of things, but personally, it's pretty far for me. It's very far for me. And I'm not quantifying this, rather through subscriber count or views. I'm doing it purely off how I feel internally while posting, how I feel internally while filming, and just my consistency overall, and my drive and my want to post YouTube videos. This has literally been the most fun thing in my entire life. I'm glad to be mentally in a position where I'm finally really enjoying it. This has been a transformative year for me, because YouTube and just social media as a whole is something I've always wanted to really give an honest try to. That resistance that I was talking about, the video I just posted yesterday, the resistance I was talking about, that stopped me for so long. Just social media overall. Like, I've literally been making YouTube videos since I've been 12 years old. I used to make little vlogs with my friend Andrew. Shout out Andrew. But then obviously I'd get embarrassed, and then delete them, and you know how that goes. Your friends find out you're doing it, and you're like, oh, it's cringy, and it's a continuous cycle of, posting, deleting, start, stop, start, stop, start, stop. Like, I used to set up my phone and film my TV and that, playing Minecraft and Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty and such. But it's something I've always been interested in. And now, I kind of wrote a prompt about this, and what the prompt was something that I've noticed, right? I did some reflecting, and I thought of all the things that I've kind of been passionate about in my life. Like, I was passionate about skateboarding. I was passionate about gaming for a little while. I was passionate about the gym. And hello?
Hey, did I send you a picture of that big buck? My buddy has that camera.
Sorry about that interruption. My dad just called me to let me know that his buddy shot a very nice buck. But back to what I was talking about with the YouTube thing. This is the most excited I've been. It's nice to be able to create the content that I want to create, and it's nice seeing people actually interacting with that content and letting my guard down and not worrying so much about what people are going to say or think about me has been a very freeing feeling. Speaking of YouTube, I do want to talk about, I commented on this video called "Do You Hear the Music?" I think it's called. Let me check real quick. It's "Can You Hear the Music?" It's a science-like edit. I commented, in a world so obsessed with athletes and A-list celebrities, it's such a breath of fresh air to see an edit celebrating the men and women who are discovering and solving the mysteries of this world. Make science and education cool again. This has 24 replies and 733 likes. Now, if only I can get that on a video. Wow, we just in real time got another subscriber. We're at 226. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm just such a loser. I get so happy when I see any interaction with the video, whether it's a subscriber, a comment. It just makes me feel good that people are interested in the topics that I'm interested in, and hopefully that could lead to connections with people that I could have chats with and further dive into these topics, and be able to really surround myself with people that share the same interests and the same depth of the interests. But I put that comment on that video because that's like something that I kind of firmly believe in. It's kind of an unpopular idea, or an opinion rather, but I firmly believe in that, to the point that I'm going to make a video on it actually. Now, I don't think celebrities are bad people, and I don't think these athletes are bad people. Like, I mean, I have a poster over here of Robin Williams. I love Robin Williams. I read his autobiography and everything. But that being said, I not that I think we shouldn't celebrate those people. We should also celebrate to the same extent the men and women that are discovering the world around us and allowing us to understand the world around us. And they're doing it kind of without fame and great fortune. I mean, some of these NFL players and MLB players and NBA players, they're making almost $1 billion in their contracts. That's just, I don't know, that just seems a little wrong to me when there's, to me, if we're going to allocate the money to that, we should be able to allocate that money to the men and women that are discovering the world that we're living on. But I think people are just into entertainment more. They don't care to dive into them subjects, and they don't really care to understand the world around them. They just care about who's winning the championship this year, which is fine. Civilization has come so far because of those people, not the entertainers, the scientists, the architects, the physicists, the biologists. Those people have created the world we live in, right? The modern world we live in. Now, have they created the organic world we live in? No. But they've created civilization. They've created the TV that you could watch this sport on. But we're not celebrating them. Like, you see so many edits of celebrities and athletes, and you hardly see edits of Marie Curie, Richard Feynman, Einstein, Isaac Newton. There's no video footage of him, but you get what I'm saying. You're not seeing this vanity for the people that dive deep into trying to make sense of what all this is. And whether that's in science or psychology or philosophy, whatever. I think we should boost those people up and put them a little bit higher on a pedestal than we do. Even like philosophers. Like, let's take Plato, let's take Nietzsche, Socrates, let's take them and understand that these men were trying to dive deeper into human nature and understanding how we think as a group, and trying to make sense of some of the decisions that humans make, whether that's consciously or subconsciously. I don't know. I haven't fully fleshed out the entire thoughts on this topic yet, but I'm going to do that, and I will make a video on that, because that comment and the reaction to that comment has led me to believe that this is a pretty fiery topic, I should say, that might get some eyeballs and get a conversation flowing, and maybe even get disagreement going, which I definitely think it'll get disagreement, because those 24 replies were people kind of battling each other underneath my comment, not really with me as much. I just want to make it clear. I don't think celebrities and athletes are bad people. I don't. I look up to celebrities. I look up to athletes, like I just said. Robin Williams, love him. Adrian Peterson, loved him. He motivated me a lot to try hard in football. But I also think we should give that same respect to people that are making innovations to make our lives better. Whether that indirectly sometimes might make our life not better. Take AI, for example. We might all get fucking wiped off the face of the earth by robots, or like we might have to wear a leash and shit and we're the robots' pets. But that's neither here nor there. We're not going to worry about that today. Okay, we'll worry about that later on. Or AI could really help us, and won't be the demise of the human population, the human race, and kill us off. But this is also just a really biased conversation because I'm just really into science and history and just understanding the world around us. So this conversation is completely biased. But I do think that there's importance to art. And I think entertainment is a form of art. I think football and soccer and all that, that's a form of art. These people are phenomenal athletes, and they're using their body to do a skill at the most elite level possible. And of course that draws people's attention. I mean, I was a little kid at one time and I loved watching Optic Scump. And my mom used to say, dude, why don't you just play the game? Why do you watch the dude play the game? It's like, because this is a master at work. Okay. 88-0 on raid, BO2, probably still one of Scump's most famous videos. I love that video back in the day. He was sweat banding, pub stomping. I've been trying a little bit more with the shorts content, obviously. I've been using Opus Clip. It's like this AI clip maker. Just because I'm trying to get the traction out there a little bit better. And I'm going to make some like of my own type of shorts on some subjects. Like this, I'm going to definitely make some shorts out of Empire of the Summer Moon. This is so good. I'm only about like 100 pages in. And I'm pretty fucking gripped. It was a slow start getting into it. Which I was talking to Mateo about it. I don't know, like, if anybody else has this problem. Sometimes it's not that the book isn't good, but the timing in which you started wasn't the greatest. Like sometimes when you start the book, you're like, I don't know, you have on and off weeks, and you'll have an off week where it seems like you just like no matter what, you cannot focus. So it kind of makes the book feel not as good. It feels a little crappy. That isn't always true. Like, so this, I started it, and I was like, man, this is kind of a drag to read. Why do I feel like these pages are taking forever to get through? I'm going to raise the desk a little bit so I can sit up a little bit straighter. Oh. Yeah, I was concerned because I'm like, why are these pages taking significantly longer than they should? And it feels like I'm like dragging myself through this story. And I think it was just because I was kind of like in an off week and just like a busy week where my brain wasn't really settled enough to start something new, and I kind of just jumped into it. But at that time, I was still, reading The Will to Power. I was like picking that over Empire of the Summer Moon, just because that's what I was like feeling that week or those 2 weeks. But this week, I've really like, all right, I locked back in. I'm like, I got to give this book a chance, and it's been absolute air to read it, just absolute fucking air. Pages are ripping. And it's like any little downtime I get, I'm like, can I creep away and go fucking rip through some pages? And I have been. Because I think like going into this week, I was like on page like 30 or something. And I've sat and read like maybe 3 times or something, 2 times. It's only Tuesday. So 50 pages, 45 pages, 50 pages, something the past 2 days. And like they've been a busy 2 days with videos and work and such. But now the work season is slowly starting to scale back here, and it's coming to an end. The winter months are upon us, ladies and gentlemen. But with that, the rut is also upon us. So these bucks are fiending for some women. So that's exciting. I know I was talking to you guys. I don't know. I think I said this in a video last week or 2 weeks ago about slowing down in the gym, and that has helped tremendously. So that's the update here is I've been intentionally taking my time at the gym because it felt like such a drag to go for the past like month and a half, 2 months. Like I couldn't justify going as much because I was like making the videos, and I'm like, man, this is terrible. I was just like, it took everything in my body to go, and that's not like me at all. Now, still going 4 or 5 days a week, but normally like I'll have a day or two out of those, like, well, normally technically I go like 6 or 7 days a week, but out of those 6 or 7 days, normally there's like a day or two where it's a really big drag for me to go. I'm like, man, I really don't want to fucking go, but I gotta. Well, I was only going like 4 or 5 days a week, and like every day was a super massive drag. And when I got in there, I'm like, how fast can I get out of here? And I was trying to be like as effective and efficient as I possibly could. And I think that was just ruining my time. It wasn't allowing me to enjoy it at all. So what I did was, and I'm pretty sure I told you guys, was I intentionally was taking my time. And another thing is, like, I have a gym that's really close to my house. I have one that's a pretty good, decent distance away, and then one medium. And for a while there, I was like, all right, you got to go to the closest one, which is like, to me, the worst one. I don't love it that much. I kind of hate it there, but it's like it's right there, so you got to go there because you cannot waste time. But so what I did was, not only was I slowing my pace down in the gym and allowing myself to enjoy it, I was also like getting what I needed to get done squared away. And I mean, even in my brain, if I get stuff squared away, I'm like, well, there's more time now to do more shit. Instead of like, I have more time now to relax, it's like I have more time now to do more. So what I was doing was squaring away what I needed to square away, opening up more time, and I was still going to that gym, right? But then, so now what I'm doing now is what I've changed alongside the slowing down while I'm at the gym and being more present and enjoying it. I've been squaring away my stuff, and whatever gym I feel in my heart I want to go to on that day, I go to. No matter the drive, no matter the time, no matter, worried about traffic, none of that. I just go to it. And now the gym is effortless again. I feel like my old self. It just, it's like, oh, I get excited to go to the gym. I get home, I'm like, okay, I got to get this video edited or uploaded or whatever it may be, and I got to, get to the gym. Before it was like, oh, for like 2 months, I was like, I have to go to the gym. I'm like, this is terrible. And I was like getting worried. I'm like, am I falling out of love with this? And now I'm here to let you know that no, I'm not. I just needed to slow down, become more present, and kind of change my paradigm and my mindset towards the gym. And now I'm back to my old ways, and I'm loving it. I'm absolutely loving it. But it is about 8 o'clock now, so I'm going to be wrapping this video up to go eat. And then I'm going to rip into some more Empire of the Summer Moon. And then go to bed. And then work tomorrow. Work's going to be cold as balls again. It's been really cold. But like I said before, it is the rut. So you know what that means when it's cold. The bugs are moving. All right. You guys know the drill. I will talk to you tomorrow. Peace.